Welcome to a community tour. Today we're going to be highlighting Layton, Utah. We're going to be talking about recreation, entertainment, dining, and a handful of other interesting things that would be useful to know if you're looking to move to Layton, Utah. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we get into the list, I'll tell you a little bit about Layton, Utah. It's located in Davis County, and it is nestled between the Wasatch Mountains to the east and the Great Salt Lake to the west. Also in 2022, the estimated population of Layton was 85,000. Layton is located about 15 minutes south of Ogden and 25 miles north of Salt Lake City. It takes about 30 minutes to get to the Salt Lake International Airport. So let's get into the fun stuff. First, we'll kind of go over entertainment. One thing Layton is known for is the Kenley Amphitheater located in the Layton Commons Park. This amphitheater is capable of seating 1,800 people. There are reserved sections in the front that provide seating, but in the general section behind that, you can actually bring your own blankets or camp chairs to sit and watch the numerous shows. A couple of the artists that have been there in the past are Chicago, the Doobie Brothers, Olivia Newton-John, Styx, and a handful of others. And a number of the concerts and other performances that are there are free, and there's a handful of paid events also. There are 2 movie theaters. There's an AMC and a Cinemark for those of you movie buffs. And look close to the movie theater is the Layton Hills Mall, which has your traditional clothing stores, accessories, if you're looking for jewelry or watches or sports memorabilia. It also has SeaQuest, which is an interactive animal park where you can pet various aquatic animals, and you may see a tortoise or 2 walking around. The last thing I'll mention in entertainment is the on-pitch performing arts. I'll drop a website down in the description. And this place hosts numerous plays throughout the year.
Okay, let's take a quick look at the on-pitch performing arts upcoming schedule. So we'll go to the 2023 season. Scroll down here. It looks like the next one coming up is going to be A Doll's House that runs September 15th through the 30th. And then we have Daddy Longlegs September 29th through October 14th. We have Monty Python's Spamalot October 27th through November 11th. And December 1st through December 9th is A Tuna Christmas. Then there's also Holiday Follies at the end of December, and then you start getting into the 2024 season. Some other things worth noting that are going on in Layton is you can go to davisarts.org and kind of look at tickets and events. And right now they have the Shrapnel Lounge, which is the Snow Horse Art Gallery, and this is currently on display. Its last day is October 3rd at 5 p.m. It's located at the Davis Conference Center, and there's the address on the right-hand side. And some of the upcoming shows, they have the Sabrina Squires, which is also a Snow Horse Art Gallery. This is at a different location, so you want to click on the event info to get more information about that. And then they have Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So one of these will be an accessible performance, which means it's non-walking, so they'll have other accessibility options for people. And then one of these, this one on the right, says afternoon session. This is a walking performance where you'll walk along and listen.
Next, we're going to go to recreation. And Utah, you're never far from a good trail or outdoor event, really. One of the most popular hiking trails in Layton and Davis County in general is the Adams Canyon Waterfall Trail. Just some specifics about the hike. You will hike up about 1,400 feet in elevation. It's about 3.8 miles out and back, and at the top you're going to see a 40-foot waterfall. The nice thing about this trail, it is accessible year-round, but in the winter when it's icy and everything, especially, use caution. You may need to use ice spikes. Another popular trail that runs north and south along the Wasatch Mountains is the Bonneville Shoreline Trail. This is a proposed 280-mile trail. A small portion of it does go through Layton, and along there people hike, they love to ride their bikes, and there's also horseback riding. There are numerous other trails in the Layton area. I'll drop a link in the description so you can take a look at those if you want a less populated trail. Also, there's the Layton Surf and Swim. In this, you can do lap swimming. There's a wave pool, racquetball courts, and also volleyball, which is volleyball played in a racquetball court, which is actually pretty fun. We'll get a handful of friends together every couple months and go play there for a couple hours. If you prefer more organized sports, there are a number of rec leagues that you can get involved in. Includes basketball, baseball, softball, wrestling, gymnastics. So you name it, Layton probably sponsors it. Layton is home to 14 parks total. I'm only going to mention one, and it's the biggest park. It's 44 acres, and it's called Ellison Park. There's numerous baseball fields there, either for Little League, AAA, high school, softball fields, 2 different playgrounds. There's hundreds of parking spots. They have 2 football fields, a pavilion that you can reserve, 8 soccer fields, a splash pad, tennis courts, and a 1-mile walking path. So it's a great place to spend a Saturday. And also something seasonal in Layton is called the Layton Fest. And at this point of the year, in mid-September, it is over, but I think it's worth mentioning. So FEST stands for Farmers, Entertainment, Shopping, and Food Trucks. So if you want to plan activities for 2024, be sure to look at that and plan accordingly. A quick Google search reveals the top 5 restaurants in Layton. First one is Sills Cafe, which serves American. There's Roosters, also serves American and is a bar. Taste of India. There's the Osaka Japanese restaurant, serves Japanese food and sushi. And the last one I'll mention, just kind of to round out the top 5, is Thai Fusion, which is a mixture of Asian and Thai food. Anytime you're considering moving to a new place, healthcare may be an important aspect that you want to consider. Layton is full of healthcare options. There's Davis Hospital and Medical Center. There's Intermountain Layton Hospital, numerous Instacares and other clinics spread throughout. And there's a handful of either chain or independent pharmacies for all your healthcare needs. Something else that may be important on your list when considering a new place to live is crime. So I'm going to run down some crime stats for Utah. And this is from 2023. So violent crime in Utah, it's 2.6 incidents per 1,000 people. And that's well below the national average of 4 incidents per 1,000 people. Also, property crime. Utah's property crime is slightly higher than the national average, sitting at 21.3 per 1,000 people, and the national average is 19.3 incidents per 1,000 people. Utah also has the 11th lowest violent crime rate, and it is the 16th highest property crime rate. When polling Utah residents to determine what was the biggest fear they had as far as crime, 58% of them said package theft. Layton also includes some of your typical chain stores such as Lowe's, Home Depot, there's Walmart, Target, Smith's, Winco, Sam's Club, Barnes & Noble. So really anything you're looking for, Layton is going to have it. If school is an important consideration for you and your next move, I'm going to provide 2 different links in the description below to where you can research the schools and determine what their scores are. One of them is going to be greatschools.org, and the second is going to be Utah School Grades. This is going to be a Utah-based scoring system. In Layton, there's 3 high schools, 5 junior highs, and 14 elementary schools. The last 2 interesting features that I'm going to mention about our community tour here in Layton, Utah is It is home to Hill Air Force Base, which is the largest employer in Utah. And if you've driven through Layton or lived in it for any period of time, you can often see and hear airplanes flying over as they take off and land from the base, which is a really cool sight. Also, Layton is home to the Vietnam Memorial wall replica. Some interesting stats about the wall is that it's 360 feet in length, and this is long enough to touch one goalpost of a football field and span the entire length of the field and touch the other goalpost. It is 80% scale of the one located in Washington, D.C., stands 9.5 feet tall at the highest point, and the wall contains 58,317 names of servicemen and women who died during the Vietnam War. That wraps up the Layton City, Utah community tour. Hopefully you found this helpful and you'll find a couple new places that you can either dine at, or there's some new hiking trails you'll find, or you can attend one of your first concerts there at the Kenley Amphitheater at the Layton Commons Park. If you have questions about Layton or would like to see another one of these community tours in your local city or somewhere you're considering moving, feel free to reach out to me and we can produce that for you. Hope you've enjoyed this community tour, and we'll hope to see you on the next one. Thanks.